There was a special election in the state of Florida this past week for a United States House of Representatives seat that was vacated, of course, by the late SIE Hastings. And in this race, the Democrat easily won with almost 80% of the votes. 78% voted for the Democrat in this heavily blue county, or district, I guess. And the Republican challenger, a man by the name of Jason Mariner, has decided that because he got less than 20% of the vote, clearly there was just massive voter fraud that took place, again, in this deep blue district that is known as basically a safe haven for whatever Democrat gets the nomination there. You win. That's historically how this has been for quite some time, but Mr. Mariner says, oh, heck no. Even though I have literally no evidence to back up my claims, I'm going to file a lawsuit challenging the results of this election. And here is what he said. He said, now they called the race. I did not win, so they say, but that does not mean that they lost either. It does not mean that we lost. And we'll also have some stuff coming out that we've recently discovered. I have to read that again for you. Now, they called the race. I did not win, so they say, but that does not mean that they lost. It does not mean that we lost. So, it doesn't mean you didn't win, but they didn't lose, but you didn't lose. So, well, you going to share this? I don't understand your idiotic statement here, Mr. Mariner. And I am hoping that your idiotic lawsuit, again, that you filed, is worded just as poorly as that idiotic statement that you made. Here's the problem with this, though, folks. This is the Republican strategy moving forward. It doesn't matter if you're in a deep blue district that Democrats win by 80% or 70% or 55%. When Republicans lose, especially a pro-Trump Republican like Mr. Mariner here, they're going to cry fraud every time. This is the talking point. This is the strategy. This is what we've been warning everybody about for the last year. This is what we are going to see a heck of a lot more of as this year continues. Not just in the actual midterms, we're going to see it play itself out in the primaries. We know that because Donald Trump has already tried to lay the foundation for that in the state of Georgia. He's tried to say that because his handpicked candidate, of course, is issuing a primary challenger to incumbent Republican Governor Brian Kemp, that there's clearly going to be some fraud, and that's why his person's definitely going to lose. And we're months away from that primary, but he's already written off his own handpicked candidate and excused it because he knows this guy's not popular by saying that there's fraud. Before an election even takes place, total fraud. Democrats do fraud, Republicans do fraud against pro-Trump Republicans. It's insanity. There's no evidence to back up any of these claims. But this is what we are going to be hearing about from Republicans, angry that they lost, refusing to accept it, because Trump gave them the ultimate excuse, and by God, every one of them is going to ride that excuse for as long as they can.